Welcome back. WeArEuS and I've got nothing for the intro. This is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. So I was on the way to deal with Savamelekh, since, that's a thing that's needing to be dealt with anyway. And we basically came across someone in the road. I'm going to quick save, just in case there's violence, because there's almost always violence. Since we're outside, I guess I can have everyone summon a little something something. And you and because why not?
Together we stand.
Though they've been outscaled by enemies, which is kind of stupid. That's not something that should happen like that. But even though they're being outscaled by the enemies that we're encountering now, they're still so valuable as meat shields. Ancient Ghost. Hey, haven't we done this dance already? This quick save. If I use Seela, we have to rely on her skill checks if there's like a hidden perception check or some other thing. So a familiar ghostly figure rises to meet you. We meet again. I will ask you a question. Ask a question, get an answer. The second question is more complex, and therefore the answer will be more difficult. I will share a memory with you, and you must tell me what you see. For a moment, the world around you ceases to exist. Instead, you find yourself surrounded by a thin, delicate mist. A green light ripples through the mist, illuminating the silhouettes of people, buildings, hills, ocean waves, animals, even trees. You see them briefly as they take shape, but they vanish almost as quickly as they appear. But there's something else with you in the mist, something that doesn't appear, menacing. Elongated shadows rush toward you from all sides, and then the vision fades, the images flickering out of existence. The answer is simple. The vision showed you the ethereal plane. You saw Astra demons, hunting down souls that were trying to reach Pharasma's court. And so that's what I'm going to say. All it takes is a little knowledge to begin your journey. By answering this question correctly, you have taken the next step toward acquiring great knowledge. The final veil is now open to you. Solve its riddle and you can continue forward. The secrets of creation will be revealed only to the one most worthy. Do not give up your search. Ooh, I got a greater maximized meta magic rod. After you give your answer, you hear a strange noise like the ringing of a bell. The sound reverberates through the air. My time is almost at an end. Quick, ask me a question before the spell takes effect. I don't remember the questions I've asked this ghost before. 3 doesn't really matter. I could have sworn we would have asked, I'm pretty sure we would have asked 4 last time. He's been doing this for so long he doesn't even remember how he died. At least that's the feeling I get. Whatever. Who are you? It does not matter. I've been dead for so long. There's no one, not even the others. Oh well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here. I don't know what to expect, so I'm just going to do what I normally do, which is look for loot in the immediate area. While trying not to be bamboozled by whatever enemies there may be. I mean, a bamboozle once a week is okay. And there he is. My children, the hour of final communion has come. Accept your fate. You, my creations, will serve me for all eternity. Hey, there's one that's still fighting it. Good for him. He's probably going to die here. Yep. No, children. There can be no redemption for you. But you don't need it. Succumb to your sin. And if you yearn for more, I will grant you the poison of my sting. And it took a second there because I'm looking for the stinger. Wow, that guy is big. I was looking for the stinger, but I guess he's talking about his other one. Wait, before we go all charging in there and rip Savamelek's head off, let me go in alone first. Let me carry out the plan I came up with back in the Lushan era. I thought a lot about how I could punish Savamelekh for what he's done, and I found a way. Remember how he bragged about becoming stronger? That means he's gotten careless. If we don't have the brawn to bring him down, we'll use brains instead. Except we can kill him. We can kill him as long as his armor class is like below 50? No, I think we're okay with 50. Though land struggles. So long as his armor class is below 70, I think is okay. Land looks you calmly in the eye and asks, Morrow, do you trust me? Let me hear the plan first, and I'll go ahead and decide after. Land looks sheepishly at you. I can't tell you. The plan sounds decent in my head, but whenever I've thought about sharing it with you, I know that at best you'll tell me no, and at worst you'll go and fight Savamelekh without me. That's why I'm asking for your trust. No matter what it is I'm going to do, no matter what it looks like, I know the risks I'm taking. I just wasted 3 whole buffs on this guy. If he runs in there just to get kneecapped, I'm going to be extremely pissed. That said, I'm curious to see what he's got up his sleeve, so go ahead. Land tries to smile. Thank you. That means a lot. Whatever happens to me, I won't let you down. Promise. So, like, am I supposed to just stand here and hold my dick in my hand, or are we supposed to go down there too? because we just lost a significant amount of DPS with his departure.
That is quite a discovery.
And our mobility checks, but we have Mr. Ed for that, so we're covered more or less. Right. I think it's this rock here. I have to remember that. Better summon more meat shields. From here, I could just summon a cluster of water elementals with Mara, right? It's probably level 9, right? Yeah, I have 2 of them. Let's wait and see how things play out first. Hey, Lan, could you... Oh, right. At the very least, I'm not worried about Lan betraying us or anything like that. We reunited the guy with his mother, so yeah, he's not about to go and just die for free. Oh, great. Ranged units. Sure wish I had one of those. Get him in the center, and then free health for everyone. What are these? Oh, let's see. Fortitude, saving throw, low enough, low enough. Seems you're down a few guys all of a sudden. She's got enough juice. Nah, we won't do that. We'll use it on him. That is a nice string of numbers. We like that. Also, Ember now has this. Frances Mighty Call, which buffs her power word. No, just power word kill, which I don't even think she has. I think I have power word stun. Doesn't matter though, we're getting another level soon. So very soon. This run grants great rise to be used up to spells of the 9th level, and it only works 3 times per day. Lazy, stupid rod. The only other person that can make use of it is Morrow. I don't know who these guys are looking at, but they are both in range of Virelli. They goofed. Oh, there is another one. That's cute. Morrow, if you'd be so kind. Okay. Let's get us the loot. Oh. Okay. That guy's just a body. God dang it. Oh my God, seriously? I just want a rifle through a guy's pocket. Is that so much to ask? And we've picked them both clean. Wonderful. Okay. How about we don't go that way and instead we go this way where the... yeah. Whoa. I was a little worried because I'm seeing like the heat waves, so I thought there might have been a trap here, but apparently no dice. Someone touch the loot.
Your orders, Commander.
Touch the loot. It should not take all of that. For some reason, characters become fully retarded if they're on a... if they have a mount, or if they're on their mount. And you try to have them interact with something. Well, probably best to deal with them here. Well, he's blind. Let's have the other one switch too. Very nice. Oh. Oh, there are more of them. How quaint. What else is on this level? It's level 9. There's actually some... I don't want to risk summoning the Monavik Devas and then we end up losing our holy aura, which has become permanent somehow. I'm not I'm not going to say anything else about that. Could we end this with a single Stormbolt? I just want to see what it's like. Both of those guys are dead. How many of them are in range of Stormbolts? Perfect. Don't disappoint me. That had to have been maximized. Yep. Whoops. They're not demons, so they don't have resistance to ice, so I guess I could do this as well. Ta-da! And now I can't even tell how much... Hold on. Yeah, I can't even tell how much fortified health. Nope, nope, you better be kidding. No, there's no way it's just 19. There's no way they added a patch to the game that broke the ability, for you at least, to apply temporary HP to your characters. There's no way they did that. They aren't that bad at game design. Surely not. Right? Anyway. This guy has quite a bit of health left. Not really. Pop. Really? His reflexes aren't even that high. What is going on here? Difficulty class is 20-7. Of course, he rolls a freaking 17. Well, what can you do? Cast spells, that's what. One more. Do it for the Gipper. Why is he still alive? Well, he's staggered at the very least, so he can't have his turn. Yeah, dang it. So there's that. Working in our favor. More loot for the loot god.
Speak with your actions, not your words.
Thank goodness these guys are at the level of trash mobs.
And once again, the time for your communion has come. Those who have not yet professed their sinful nature will do so now, and those who have accepted their sin will grow stronger. Feast, my children. Feast.
How did Land get past those other guys? He doesn't have stealth. Anyway,
Now you are truly worthy of your ancestors.
hey, Dad, or whatever you call yourself, got a snack for me?
Lan, what a pleasant surprise. I see you slipped the commander's leash, ready to accept your blood right. I will repeat the question I've asked you once before. Which communion do you choose? The same as your fellow tribesmen, or should I reward your bravery with the poison from my sting?
Gross. Sting me and be done with it. I'll either die on the spot or become the best of all mongrels like you promised.
I like your daring spirit, Lan. They could use a general like you in my army.
I could use a general like you. Yeah, it's harder than I thought.
You've still got some life left in you, don't you? Arise, my son.
Do you know the difference between me and you, Dad? You've got slaves. I've got a tribe. Whenever someone in the tribe needs help, it stands as one by their side. It's been that way forever, and just sorcery won't take that away from us. Neath home, slay the demon.
What preposterous... What? My children want to tear me apart. You're ready for this mongrel spawn.
Well, these other guys are definitely going to die, since anything that's on your side doesn't scale like enemies do, which is just lazy. But let's move this guy up. I should probably put this on land just to be safe. Oh good, the treants are close enough. He's only got an armor class of 39. Still too close to 40, but it'll do, pig. Let's go ahead and cast this on the guy. And I guess we'll finish him off. Let's get... Dang it. In order to hit the ones we want to hit without killing our sudden allies, we need to go here. Need to look for the one Morrow summoned. This one has... Yeah, this one has the buffs from this. So what I need to see is whether this is the fact after we remove this. Because I want these. Just this one. Maximize, huh? Yeah. I think I want to do that. Actually, this doesn't even hit. God dang it. Are you kidding me? According to what I'm seeing, it's indicating that it doesn't hit them. But from what I've seen before, it also insta-gives. So I need to be careful with how I aim this. Actually, I want to kill this guy that's paralyzed. Well, you see this guy here that's paralyzed? I want to see if this actually will hurt them or not. Oh my god, come on. Aiming this thing is a freaking nightmare, though. Yeah, that... Actually, hold on. Could I get that guy while not having land in it? Yes. Glorious, worthless spell. Also, this didn't do anything for it. Which makes sense now that I think about it. So... let's go with this. That's 2 down. Savamelekh at half health almost. I've got this thing doesn't even work, so we're going to ignore that. Can Ivu do anything? Let's move him up here. Her fear effect is still on. And that does it for our turn. Weird. Huh, okay. Well, you're done.
Into the
Did you see that?
Good lord. So you have to spend you have to spend 3 Smite Evils just to get Mark of Justice to work. If you just cast Mark of Justice, it does nothing. It makes no difference whatsoever. But if you cast Smite Evil, from my experiments, if you cast Smite Evil and then Mark of Justice, or Mark of Justice and then Smite Evil, it doesn't really matter in which order. As long as they're both on the same target, everyone can take advantage of the effect. Hey, at least this guy's blind. Nice. Let's do it this way. Wait. What if I use that spell? I'll kill these guys that don't have very much health as it is. Yeah, it'd hurt them a bit. How do we do this then? Well, we do have some other nice spells we can try casting. Okay, shouts, dealing sonic damage, encourages revolt within the enemy ranks. They have to pass a will saving throw of 31. Start to attack the strongest among them. These guys have low will, so there's no way they pass it. But there's only the 2 of them left, and we could basically just kill, well, there's 3 of them, including him. And I could just kill them for free. We only have ascended elements for ice and fire on Mara, and fire and lightning on Ember. It's not good enough. There's nothing we can really do with this. Unfortunate. Yes, hurry up. I need to have Morrow summon another... It took him forever to get his turn. It really did. Now, if you don't mind cleaning up land.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
He missed the last shot on someone who was blind.
Looks like that's it. Not another mongrel will die today.
Oh, there's still...
Or is there one that after all?
To be honest, that what he just did was insane. Like literally insane, not the oh wow, that's insane. No. You could have told me everything. Do you really think I would have tried to stop you pulling a brilliant, crazy move like that?
Fair enough. But I figured my plan was a little too crazy even for you. I thought you'd just forbid me from intervening. But I needed to do it. For myself. You know, I didn't think I'd survive. But, truth be told, I wanted to survive. I never expected to feel this way. I've always thought about how I would die a glorious death, and how I didn't need anything more than that. But when it came down to it, I suddenly realized I wanted to stay. With our crazy crew, with the mongrels. Well, and to make my mom proud, too. And just to live a little bit longer.
Well, we may as well, go through all of them since they're willing to voice this part. Let's start with the most important question. How did you manage to free the mongrels from the demon's control?
Maybe my will was stronger than Savamelek's. But I'm a mongrel, and he's an outsider. Even when your brain is clouded, there are some things you do instinctually. Our ancestors were crusaders after all, even though they strayed from the righteous path. Fighting demons is in our blood, and so is protecting Neathholm. I just reminded them of that, and they listened.
So, are you part demon now, or part poison, or part stinger?
I don't know what I am now, but I don't feel like biting a chunk out of you. Just yet. We'll see how it goes when it's dinner time and I'm feeling hungry. I doubt the mongrels are cleansed of corruption, even now that Savamelek's dead. Sure, it'd be great if, as soon as the bad demon died, we all turned into pretty Asimars. But, it doesn't work that way.
Well, since it's here, we may as well go with it. So you obtained demonic power and killed the owner of said power. I didn't expect such a devious trick from you.
You think I actually wanted some demon to shove his sting in me? I took that risk for my tribe, to put an end to this once and for all. If I could pull this filth out of my body somehow, I'd do it right now.
Hey, no offense meant, I'm just saying. You are clever. Savamelekh is dead, everything turned out the way you wanted. What now?
Now we can live in peace. And if we're really lucky, and the gods have forgiven us, we'll have healthy kids with no signs of corruption. It'd be good if we could be the last mongrels. As for me, I don't know. I never thought I'd make it through today. I need to think. But I'm glad to be alive.
Well, it's time for us to get going.
It is. Thank you, Commander. If it weren't for you and everything you've done for me, I probably wouldn't have survived this fight. I wouldn't have had any reason to keep on living. But you turned everything in my life on its head. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And my tribe, too, I bet.
One of the mongrels approaches you. Landbrick, brother, and you, Commander. Thank you for not forgetting us, and thank you for coming. We're going back to Dresden immediately to continue our service. This time, we won't disappear on you. Just try it. I'll drag you back myself. Lan laughs. You won't have any more excuses to skip town for a picnic in the ruins. Oh, he's got exactly one good loot. Oh, right, and then there's this. Crap. Literally. Plan, if you would be so kind. Nuts. Ooh. Come on. God dang it. It's like a freaking gotcha game in here. Alright, we'll take the quick way out. So I think the next thing we're going to do is deal with the other. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We find ourselves at the... what is it? Let's just call it the ambush location that's been set up for dealing with the other, as it came to be called. We spoke with What's-His-Face back when we got back to Dresden after everything was settled. He came to us and said that he was going to be setting up a place where we could pull the other out of Darren, get it to manifest itself by threatening him. And from there we would try to, I guess, capture it or something. I'm of a mind to kill it. But that's just me. I think that's enough talking, don't you? I'm pretty sure there's going to be much more up ahead anyway, so I should probably save my breath. Now, I have gone out of my way to buff everyone with only the best possible buffs. The hammer that Sela is using, before we get started on this, I need to hurry up though. The hammer that Sela is using allows her to grant a buff to her allies. It has its own effect where what is going on here? It has its own effect where it does force damage based on how many rings the target is wearing, but that's not going to be worth anything when you're dealing with demons or the other. However, I forgot that it had the additional effect where up to 3 times per day you could use it on allies to grant them a circumstance bonus to their damage and attack rolls based on how many rings they have. If they have 3, they get a bonus of 3. 2 rings, they get a bonus of 2 plus 1 extra attack. 1 ring, a bonus of 1 with 2 extra attacks. WotR plays his role perfectly. Also, before I get into this, again, remember, the idea here is to threaten the prince so that is to threaten Darren convincingly enough that the other has to manifest in order to defend him. Or manifests in order to defend him. So we have to be as convincing as possible. We're going to put him on a sort of mock trial here and then threaten to execute him. That's basically how this is going to go. WotR plays his role perfectly. He stands before the improvised place of execution, formidable and emotionless, like the living embodiment of inescapable retribution. Commander, I'm glad to see that you held up your end of the deal. The Mendev Inquisition thanks you. We will take custody of the criminal now. It's hard to read anything on Darren's face. My, what a curious installation. Caldarendai, the Mendev Inquisition finds you guilty of treason. Criminal links to demonic cults orchestrating the murder of several of this country's citizens who were killed and decapitated by you or your accomplices in Canabras and a range of other places. I, WeArEuS Hogblade, Inquisitor and Exterminator of the demonic blight by the grace of the Inheritor, have been authorized to carry out the sentence. Death by fire. With the permission of the Commander, we will begin. Darren darts a glance at you, seemingly lost for words. Did you really think I would agree to tolerate you forever? Miserable excuse for a man that you are. I'll enjoy watching you roast at the stake. Don't disappoint me now. Scream as loud as you can. The Inquisitor, who seems to be listening to something only he can sense, gives you a subtle nod. It appears everything is going as planned. Apparently he heard my success at an intimidation check. The rest of your companions exchange bewildered glances, but keep watching without a word, understanding that something unusual is about to happen. Darren seems shaken by your words. He looks away for a moment, then asks with feigned glee, "Burning at the stake, A trifle old-fashioned. I thought you'd offer something a little more sophisticated for your noble clientele, but what interests me most is what your role in all of this is, Morrow." Don't want to go with the intimidation option. No, not the diplomacy option. Oh, we have to go with intimidate. Because this is basically telling the truth. This is a lie. Let's see how this goes. You are an arrogant, pompous brat who thinks too highly of himself. I've been watching you and dreaming of making you die of lonely, humiliating death. I think that might be a little too over the top. And if you're worried about us having to cut and run early because we're closing in on an hour, that's not going to be a thing. I'm going to kill the other today. I still think the intimidate option is better, but it's a little too over the top. Remember, we have to convince him and the other that he is actually in physical danger. I think we should go with the bluff. Right? I don't... Let's go with the bluff. My role? I was the one who reached out to the Inquisition and asked them to investigate you. Like a fool, you followed me, yet all the while I knew I would soon throw you to the Church's slavering hounds. WeArEuS' face expresses undisguised approval. He shifts his stance, readying himself to fight. Anger flares up in Darren's eyes, but he immediately hides behind a mask of indifference. Such a highly commendable act by such a truly decent person. Wouldn't you agree, Commander? WeArEuS stands motionless like a statue. He stares at you expectantly, as if asking your permission to continue. Jeez, these are brutal. Which one should we go with this time? The diplomacy check for this is lower than the last one. Or the skill checks, I guess, are lower. I don't like the bluff because it starts talking about this bargaining chip business, and there's been no mention of anything that would require a bargaining chip, so it's like, this is out of left field. Frankly, the diplomacy one, even though it mentions the bargaining chip as well, I think the diplomacy check here would be better. Remember, the idea is to make it convincing, but going too far makes it seem like an act. We don't want that. I have to go with the diplomacy check for this one. In this world, it's every man for himself. I hope that if I go for this one, it doesn't end up doing a check on all of the things I've done in the past regarding my allies, and then turn that into, wait, this can't be real, something's going on here. Alright, we'll go with the intimidation check, even though it's over the top and I just hate it. Yeah, we're still going to go for the diplomacy option. In this world, it's every man for himself. You are not my friend, and not my ally. You are just a bargaining chip. And now, start praying. That is, if you have anyone to pray to. It's time. WeArEuS gives a barely perceptible nod. A circle of runes start to glow faintly at his feet. I see no point in going along with this drama any longer. Darren's voice drips with venom, the most contemptuous smile imaginable flashing on his lips. I have no desire to entertain you and your friend, Commander. Feel free to do what you have planned. I hope that your attempt to rid the world of Darren Arendai will not lead to any unforeseen incidents. No, not Mr. Ed. He didn't do anything. With a blank face, the Inquisitor raises the torch. Let justice be served. There's a palpable shift in the surroundings. Everything seems to tremble, like in the moment before a thunderstorm. There are no bolts of lightning or rolls of thunder, but the sensation of some malicious presence, enraged and bewildered, rings through the air. We did it, Commander. It's coming, right into our trap. I wish that hadn't been phrased that way. I really do. In fact, I'm probably going to make that line part of the thumbnail, now that I think about it. A scream of a dozen voices, soundless but powerful, drills into your ears and resounds over the land. The rituals of circle drawn by the Inquisitor flares to life. I'm going to actually have to delay Lan's turn until Seela gets hers. It's Chaotic Evil Undead. Huge 52 armor class as opposed to what I think was 100 last time I tried to fight it on my own. Come get some. Actually, I'm going to have him That's not right. Much better. I could go with this. And a touch of the good stuff right here. Hurry along. Song of Discord. I don't think it worked. Yeah, everyone succeeded at a will saving throw against it. And why not? Ooh, it is an undead, right? I don't get many opportunities to actually use this. Things die quickly. Okay. Frick, I forgot to have Darren cast haste on everyone before we started. And I don't have haste on here naturally. Since I've rested, let's see. I didn't see that guy in there. That seems like a him problem, though. It wasn't even maximized. What a shame. Well, that's about to change. Wow, really? The damage didn't look that high. A sudden silence falls over the battlefield. It is accompanied by the sensation of sinking into deep water, slowly and inevitably. The surface grows further and further away. The darkness grows deeper and deeper around you, and below is nothing but a bottomless black. Voices sound inside your head. No. Not voices, images, ideas. Deal. The blackness seems to extend its hand, a vague extremity, an open palm. Deal. Let go of us. An agonizing yearning for freedom grows throughout you, piercing your entire self. It comes from without, but you feel it as your own. Reward. You get reward. Power. Away. We will go. Away. The old door is closing. We will step back. A picture of Darren's severed head dripping with blood appears before your eyes. No, you don't get to kill Darren. I don't have another healer at his level right now. Also, he's not that bad. So, no. How about that? Though I will ask questions, since I'm fine with voicing this. What are you? A stream of feelings and images crashes upon your mind. They cannot be described in any language you know. You can only sense the general shape of them, the direction, the aftertaste. Space, void, death, infinity, journey, escape, hunger, over and over, hunger. What do you want? Secret. Keep the secret. Door. Close the door. A desperate desire to break free from the trap and escape lances through your mind and heart. I want to know what the reward would be. I'll come back and do that next, well, off camera. I'm not going to keep it, that's almost certain, but I'm curious. However, as far as on camera is concerned, I refuse. You will die, creature. The feeling of sinking into the depths is replaced by the sensation of a whirlpool roiling around you. Death, freedom, freedom, death. Darren, are you okay, hon? You want some chicken nuggies? Darren wraps his arms around himself for a moment, clutching at his shoulders. With a slightly crazed look in his eye, he surveys the area, his gaze never resting on anything in particular. His lips move, but no sound comes out. At last, the Count says, It's over. I hope it is. The commander and I spared no effort to home in on this entity, and then to lure it into a trap. I assume now you understand the real reason behind everything we put you through, Count. I am especially proud of my overly ruthless Inquisitor speech. I like you, sir, not-so-ruthless Inquisitor. 'Tis a real shame that I have to kill you. What are you talking about? Well, Darren is speaking in a strange manner, apparently marveling at the sound of his own voice, tasting each word on his tongue. Either that, or the Inquisition will grip me by the throat and finally execute me. Unless they decide to lock me up in some closed facility for clerics and mages that would look suspiciously like prison. Leota remains calm despite the heavy toll of combat and the threat to his life. Count, you are without a doubt guilty of being in contact with a vile entity from the beyond and of concealing signs of his presence in Mendev and the Crusade. That makes you an accomplice to all the crimes committed by this other, whatever it is. Of course, Mendevian justice in all its glory. You dare to complain, criminal. You have already been shown too much leniency. Commander, he is dangerous and had no intention of repenting. He should be dealt with here and now. It is my duty to pass your case to the Inquisition Tribunal, but I am certain that the judges will take into consideration your youth and the extreme circumstances under which you first encountered the entity, and they will treat you with leniency. I seriously doubt that the death sentence will even be raised as a possibility, but the Order pauses. Count, can you still use your abilities as an oracle? What does that have to do with... You can. I'm positive of it. I know how abilities like yours work. Unlike clerics, you do not gain your power by choice. You do not choose your destiny. You are simply chosen. The other, whatever it was, chose you. You became its gateway and thus acquired your power. Now it is dead, but this power still remains with you. That means the gateway wasn't sealed with the death of its creator. Hence, you, Count, are an open road into the unknown where these horrible head-collecting entities come from. You remain a threat, and this means that there is a high probability that the tribunal will decide to send you to a closed asylum, where you will remain under the church's supervision for the rest of your life. You know, this is all thanks to me, right? So, do I get any say in this? Your achievements are great, Commander. Perhaps the Mendev's Inquisition Tribunal will listen to your arguments, but I can't promise anything. Well, Darren, do you have anything you want to say about the gateway and all the other things WotR is talking about? Darren licks his lips nervously. Of all those assembled here, I may know the least about these creatures and what they were trying to do to me. I was simply instructed to keep my mouth shut, otherwise the next severed head would be my own. So I said nothing. I've been saying nothing for 10 long years while they used me to come and go from this world as they pleased. Oh, and I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's some road inside me or where it may lead. There has to be another way to resolve this. Another way. I'm afraid there is no such way, Commander. Don't ask me to sacrifice my principles. I will never do that. The only thing I can say is that the tribunal's verdict, no matter what it will be, will most probably not be carried out as long as active hostilities continue in the Crusade. But after they are over, we will have to step in. Actually, there is another way. You can kill me right here and now. Darren chuckles, then waves his hand and rubs his eyes tiredly. I am not joking. I'm not being overdramatic. I'm not going to do that tribunal. I'm not going to any asylum. This so-called life. They have prepared me for as everything I have ever hated, with a little extra on top. I will not be able to live like that. I never even want to try. I would much prefer to take one final breath as a free man than to live decades with a noose around my neck. Lan frowns. For someone like him, death really would be better than what awaits him after the tribunal. Yeah, but then, like, what about my healing spells? I don't like, Socio. Don't care about him. I mean, maybe Nenio could become a healer, but even then she's got, like, limitations on what spells she can take, and nobody's going to be as good as Darren. Come on. Do I even have anyone else that could be a healer? I don't think so. No, pretty much everyone else deals damage and is very good at it. It feels like I'm forgetting one person, though. But if I'm forgetting them, they don't really matter, do they? That's super unfortunate, WeArEuS. But, on the bright side, you probably have some really nice loot, so I'm going to be taking that now. Darren stares at you with a surprisingly sincere expression of gratitude. I do believe that it was the most significant thing anyone has ever done for me. Isn't that touching? And now, if you'll allow me, I intend to fight back as hard as I can to keep you from lawlessly murdering me. Goddess, WeArEuS Hawkblade takes his final stand.
Defeat is not an option.
It's not going to be that great of a stand, I can tell you that right now. There we go. It's a little hard to see the cursor in all of this. Wow, you don't even have 30 armor class. And if he does, he's getting it from other things, and it doesn't show up on the list. I really wish it did. But that's another issue entirely. And with that done, it's Lan's turn. Well, activate that. Time to clean up. Please. Like anyone was ever going to kill my goddamn healer. Get the frick out of here. Now, should I have killed Darren? Oh, it's very likely that I should have. But no way were they going to kill a healer I was dependent on. That was never an option. Well, like, you know, take him from me. I still need to use his power. Okay? Also, extra loot is always welcome. I don't think I get anything from What's-Its-Face, but we get something from WeArEuS. Where's... I literally can't even. Oh, he's back, okay.
I welcome your company.
Where is... There she is. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys... Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow with yet another episode wherein we will probably be going to... what is that place? I see it in my head, but I can't remember the name of it. So that's like an entire other issue. But nevertheless, we will be back with another episode, and we'll, if possible, be taking care of at least 2 side quests. Again, I'm going to be dealing with the puzzle things with... I really don't know what to do with those, but the puzzles that deal with the tiles, I'm going to do those off camera. I'm not going to be doing it this week, though, because screw that noise. I had enough playing this game yesterday for 7 or 8 hours. That's enough for this week. Whew. I should have seen that part coming where they would then try and take Darren. It's quite literally a matter of if he was screwed, whether he did or didn't. If he did remain silent, here we are. If he didn't remain silent, he drops dead. minus the extra weight of his head, and the entity moves on and eventually finds someone else. As it stands, the thing itself is dead. Now, the door that led it into his head is still open, but that seems like an issue for another time. Instead of trying to figure out how to close it, he said, you know what? Maybe we should put you in a box so when it does open, or when something else does manage to find its way through, it'll just be you and the thing in a box. That doesn't seem fair. Also, they were going to try and put him on trial for the beheadings that it committed. Like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. That's like living with a sentient gun in your head and being blamed for all the people that it shoots, because if you told anyone that it would shoot people, or that you had the gun in your head in the first place, it would kill you. That it doesn't make sense. I mean, I get why they would think that way, but it still makes no sense. But with all that said, we will see you next time.
You see